What's up, y'all? I'm Chris Hayes, 508, and this is On the Spot. Today we have a very special guest. Please introduce yourself. Tell us your name, where you're from, and what you got going on.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is your boy, recording artist Tramaine Banks. Right now, I just got back from my show in Brooklyn, New York. I just got back from a show where I'm originally from, in North Carolina, I'm currently working on a new EP. And so I'm putting my hands just pretty much full with the music, and yeah, so that's me. You guys definitely can find me on IG at Tramaine_Banks. That's TRAMAINE_Banks. And that's Banks as BAN, KS. But other than that, this is truly me in the real flesh.
Tramaine Banks, welcome to the show. Before I get started, again, I want to say thank you for coming, man.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Definitely. So the first place that I always like to start with when I'm getting to know an artist is with your name. Might be obvious, it might be not. Tell us how you got your name, why you chose it. Like, is it your name? Is it a stage name? Let us know more about your name.
So pretty much, my name is Tramaine Thompson. That's originally the name, like my, I guess they call government name. So it's
Okay.
Tramaine Thompson from the womb. But Banks came on from my dad. My dad last name, he had the last name Banks. And pretty much before, when he passed away, I pretty much came out and said, you know what? I want to take something from him, and just kind of make it live on, take it with me, have it out on the road with me, and just pretty much display, because, they'll know where I come from, not just, my mom, not just from my family, but I am a Banks, you know what I mean? So that's how I came with Tramaine Banks. I thought it would be a very, very elegant name, for a recording artist. I was going to go with something else. I'm not going to say what that name is, but, because that'll give people ideas, then they'll steal my idea probably later on in my career. But so that's how I came up with Tramaine Banks. Yeah.
Man, I like it. Keeping it real, keeping it authentic. Gotta respect that. And like on top of that, I was listening to some of your music earlier. You have a very unique voice and style. And I want to just kind of find out a little bit, like, how did you get started making music, recording? Like, was it you just get started as something you've been doing for a while? And like, what was your inspiration, man?
Well, pretty much, I've been singing since I was like 8 years old. It all goes back from even being baptized. I was baptized at 8. I was baptized twice in my life. However, I started when I was 8, 9 years old in a very small talent show. And my mom was there at this talent show with me. When I got on stage, at first I was kind of like, how you had that stage fright. And I was like, I got to sing, but I sung, and she's way in the back, and she's going like this, and I'm trying to figure out, I'm like, why is she going like this? What is this? When she stood up, started going like this, and I said, oh, she wants me to sing louder. Okay. So I got louder, and she did like this, and then she sat back down, and I knew right there at that moment, I was like, yeah, this is probably something I'm supposed to be doing, and then as I grew, as I matured and started to grow up, I just got more comfortable with it. I started to love it more, and it's just it's an outlet. You go through things, you deal with situations, and music is, how people get out here and do different things, rob stores, kill, whatever. When some song goes with me, I go into artistry mode. I call my producer and say, we going into the lab. Let's do it. So,
Man, that's a great memory to have as a young child, man. I can tell your music is very real. I know you've been doing shows. You had a major show in Brooklyn recently, and I know a lot of your music has a love type of theme, man. Anything you want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, so again, I did just get back from my show, Go Crazy Festival in Brooklyn, New York. I had an amazing time. I have on my SoundCloud when music first started. There is a list of songs that people probably didn't hear, and I want the fans to go back and start from there before they get to my music that's on all streaming platforms. There's a song that was released pretty much as my number one song, my number one single. It's called "Take Some Time," and that song pretty much displays love. It displays hey, take some time apart from each other. But this song was specifically made because when my dad passed away, you have to take some time to get over that kind of situation. And that was the first thing that came into my mind, when everything was going on, the funeral and everything else. I said, I got to take some time. I called my job. I was like, I got to take some time. I want to share something real briefly, that I got this plaque, this award. Wow. From SoundCloud. I had posted on my IG, but I got a plaque from SoundCloud with 5,000 streams on SoundCloud for that single. So that right there, was a lot for me. I was like, I know I did something.
Congratulations, man. I know your music is reaching a lot of people, and a lot of people have been having a lot of questions for you recently, man. People are talking, and is there anything you want to respond to the people who've been so curious about what you've had going on?
So of course, I'm a recording artist. I'm working on the music. I just ended my tour that I pieced together myself, because as independent artists, we don't have a big team, but I have a studio team of people. I have some people to make phone calls and book things like that. However, I got a lot of DMs about love. I got so many people asking about, they were sending messages, you in love, and who's this person, blah, blah. But I definitely did. I had been single for 10 years. A lot of people probably can't, get along with, with being by themselves. And then I was celibate for 4 years, a little over 4 years, and a lot of people can't do that. But yeah, so I've already known this person. This person was in the friend, our friend circle group. And when I got back from my show, he popped the question. He definitely popped the question. I was just like, we've been friends for so long. I don't know. And, he's just like, just give me a shot, So for everybody out there, recording artist Tramaine Banks is off the market. Stop sending the DMs.
Well, congratulations to you and everything you got going on with the music and your personal life. Y'all had a lot of people been asking, so I'm glad we got that out of the way. And now I want to talk a little bit about the music. So I know you mentioned you had that major single about your father, and I think that's very special to share with the people. Now, I know you said you had some music on SoundCloud. Now, when they go to SoundCloud, what would they type in, or how would they find your music on SoundCloud?
So pretty much when you go to any major platform, whether it be SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, I'm on all of that. YouTube as well. You'll find a lot on my YouTube. Just as a normal artist, you'll find my live shows, everything. You'll type in Tramaine Banks just as well as you would on IG. You'll type in the, TRAMAINE. And then Banks, BANKS. Of course, you don't have to use the underscore because, as an artist, it's Tramaine Banks. It's just like, if it was Puff Daddy, it's Tramaine Banks. So, yeah. So, alongside of all the music being on of all the platforms, I'm really humbled. I'm really blessed. I'm really grateful, really thankful, because I've been doing this probably, seriously, professionally, probably since 2014 is when I really stepped out and said, you know what, with a team or not, as an independent artist, I'm going to push to do what I need to do. And I've done some major things in my career so far, as an independent artist. Doesn't matter how old you are, or, where where it may look like you're not going, because people won't support you when you're in this stage of your career. But when they know and find out that you have a connection, or you're on your way to a meeting, or, anything with somebody that's large, and they want to, hey, how you? Like,
so facts.
Yeah. So yeah, I just, as I said, I got a new EP that I'm working on. And when the EP comes out, it's this new EP that's come out is gonna be jaw dropping because everybody's so used to me coming out with the "We All Deserve Love," the "Take Some Time," the "Don't Do Drama," "Don't Remember Grandma" and stuff like that. And so this EP is gonna be jaw dropping because it turns into one of the singles kind of turns into kind of like a sex appeal kind of like thing, because when you fall in love, now you have more of a story to write. Now you right. So now that I'm in love, it's like, now I gotta go back and rewrite everything, I already have. So yeah. Yeah.
That's very interesting. Again, I want to say congratulations to everything you got going on. I'm going to put your name right down below. If they don't see it, make sure to go right down below. Follow Tramaine Banks. And listen, I learned a lot in a short period of time, but I want to make sure we did not miss anything. So before we go, is there anything I didn't ask you that you wanted to talk about? Is there any shout outs you want to give, or maybe just a message in general to everybody watching?
Wow. Well, first and foremost, I gotta give a shout out to God because He's an amazing creator. We all are true sinners, right? And so I don't look at it as, oh, I'm a sinner. This is not. I love God. We've been raised up in the church, So that's first and foremost. Secondly, I got a shout out to my mom. My mom is like the army of the family. My mom has overcame cancer 4 times. My mom was shot before. My mom was hit by a car. A lot of people wouldn't understand. I'm trying not to get teary-eyed.
Yeah, no, that's intense.
A lot of people wouldn't understand that, the level of things that she's been through, because it's like she's standing today, and you can't even tell she's been through these things. But I got to give a shout out to my family who's been very supportive. My fans, the love has been tremendous. My boy, Matt Shaw's, he's on my newest single that is out. You guys can go on Spotify and iTunes and kind of stream that. It's called Just Like You. And my next show will be in Atlanta, I believe September 7th. And I have 2 shows following that, October 16th in New York again, because you call me back. And as an independent artist, everybody think, oh, you're out doing this show, Are you making any money? Are you doing this? So a lot of my shows are paid and a lot of my shows are not. A lot of people question, why do you do unpaid shows, or why do you go and perform for free sometimes, because it's not about the money all the time. It's about what you love to do. And sometimes you get paid in different form, networking, different connections, people allowing you to go into their studio or into their circle and meet different people. So you gather all that as an artist. And when you do go to your next show and get that check, along with this company or whoever you connected with, you can go to whoever they got set up and get a check over that way, just because you met them, just because you performed for them, to show love and stuff like that. So I gotta shout out everybody who has been very, very supportive of me. Tramaine Banks.
Yo, that was a lot of gems right there. Some keys for upcoming artists, a little behind the scenes of what an independent artist goes through. And I think you broke it down very well. Tramaine Banks, I want to thank you for coming through to the show. I want to thank everybody who watched this show. Make sure to press like, drop a comment, follow Tramaine Banks, and y'all already know what it is. I'm Chris Hayes 508, and this is On the Spot. I'll see y'all the next episode. Let's go.
Yeah, you do.